So, I bet you're probably wondering why it's taken so long to get one of these out. Well, in between two moves, an entire summer of where I did nothing, and just having a lot of not free time, I haven't really had the chance to do this video until now. But here it is, the manga collection of 2018. Yay! Okay, so I'm just gonna we're just gonna jump into it. So basically I have a new setup and everything. Here's this entire shelf there. Then we have all that over there. I'm gonna shut this door. I got a pretty good view. But yeah, we're just gonna do this thing. So we got ourselves Attack on Titan Volumes 1 all the way to 24. Of course, all you know this series, Eren Yeager, Levi, Titans, big people, small people. I've got Volumes 1 all the way through 24, and I've got the special editions that all came out, because I really do like these slipcovers. These are jank. These are not worth the price that they were sold for. They are stupid. They're just a cop-out to get your money, but I do have to say, these slipcovers are, oh my goodness gracious. But I must say, these slipcovers are pretty nice. I mean, they've all got like the emblem on the back, and they've all got like a cover drawn by an American comics artist, which I do really think is cool. We're just gonna cut to that. All right, up next we got Attack on Titan No Regrets 1 and 2. This is a side story of Levi, and it's only 2 volumes. I think it's a pretty good, solid pickup that you should get if you really wanted to. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Levi, but I do really like the story. It's pretty solid. I may do a video on it later on, but for right now, I'm just gonna save it here. But I do think it's really good. I definitely recommend it. Next is Blue Exorcist Volumes 1 through 18. I think 19's already out, so I think I'm just 1 volume behind, so I'm kind of up to date. But Blue Exorcist is the story of Ran Okumura, and he is the son of Satan, and he goes to an exorcist academy to defeat Satan. That's basically the premise of it. But Blue Exorcist, I actually got a lot of this year. I did not plan to catch up to this at all. It's just that I got a really good deal on it, and I ended up basically getting this as like a steal. I basically got volumes 9 all the way to 17 for like $30, and so I was like, I can't pass that up. Definitely worth it. But I think this is an okay series. Not the best by any means, but I think it's pretty good for what it has so far. But I do hope it gets better. And yeah, I'm gonna stop saying Alright, we got Fire Force Volumes 1 to 9. There's also 1 volume that I'm behind in, so 10 is out, but this is all that's out currently, before 10. So yeah, Fire Force is the series written by the same guy who did Soul Eater, and it's about people who combust and they become fire people. And then there's these things called fire forces, which are firefighters that actually help stop these spontaneous human combustion. And I think it's a really interesting series. It's definitely gotten better as it's progressed, but I really do like it. Volume 9 was really good, but it left on a cliffhanger. So I do really suggest it, though. It's really good, and I can't wait to see where it actually goes. So, of course, this collection isn't complete without Full Metal Alchemist Volumes 1 all the way to 27, so the whole thing. I got the box set for it. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, I'm going to give it praise just again, like I normally do. This is probably one of the best series I have in my collection. It definitely has a right to claim itself on one of the best manga of all time, because it's super good. I mean, the entire series is just from start to finish, just an awesome series, and in the end, probably one has the best endings of all time, in my opinion, definitely. But it's just so interesting with its characters, the character dynamics, just the comedy, the action. It's all done so well, and I can't say that it could be any different, because Fullmetal Alchemist, the show, the original show, is a different story from this manga, because this is basically the telling of the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, or I should say Brotherhood is the telling of this manga storyline. So if you've watched that original series, this is way different. Both are super good, I must say, but this is definitely top-notch, super good stuff, without a doubt. All right, so we have The Gods Lie. This is only a 1-volume series. I did a review of this back a few months ago. Gods Lie is only 1 volume. It's $10. It's super good. It's a slight romance with a twist, and I definitely recommend it. I can't say much about it because I don't want to give too much of it away, but I definitely recommend this series. It's super good. All right, so we have Hunter x Hunter volumes 1 through 7. I haven't collected any Hunter x Hunter this year, but I still love this series. It's super good. Like, I don't think there was a time of where I just wanted to buy so many volumes at once, other than probably Soul Eater, because I would go, there was a period of time where I got 4, 5, 6, and 7, because I would just go like once a week to the bookstore and I just pick up a volume of it, because it's just so interesting, and it definitely is just so good. I love it so much, but for the most part, I do need to get more. Too bad it's always on hiatus, which is a running joke throughout the entire community. But, I mean, it's a shame, but what can you do? Hopefully it'll have an ending one day, and I can finally get it all. Now here's one of the top dogs that I'm so loving. Manga, volumes 1 all the way through 11. If you guys don't know, I love Manga. It's one of my favorites. It has been for a really long time. Ever since I got the first 2 volumes, I was definitely hooked on the series. And then I got, I think I got 5 through 8. And I ended up reading all of this all at once, and it was definitely good. I haven't read 9 through 11 yet, because I was trying to get to a certain point and then read some more, which I definitely need to get more of, and I'm pretty sure that I will. But for right now, 1 through 11, super, super good from what I've read so far. It's about Aladdin and his djinn and the dungeons and the people and the battles, and so good. It's just such a different... it's such a different, like, shonen manga from the rest, I guess. It's just a little bit different. There's actually, like, diplomacy and stuff like that. And there's actually, I don't know, consequences. And there's good characters and good writing. But Aladdin's a little weird sometimes, but that's okay. But also, I love all these covers. This is definitely one of my favorite covers. I just love Aladdin's look. Aladdin is just so transformative, and he is definitely good in serious, comedic, or any type of look. And I definitely appreciate that from the artist. All right, so next we have My Hero Academia, volumes 1 through 12. This is all that is out right now, unless I am mistaken. But 1 through 12, oh gosh, this is so good. Yeah, probably one of my favorites. Not to brag or anything, but I was an OG My Hero Academia supporter. I actually ended up buying the first volume because I thought it was an actual American comic. I don't know why. I was just really stupid, and I thought that this was an actual American comic, but I didn't like think about it. But it was actually a manga, and so I was like, oh man, this is even better because this is what I buy. But it seemed so interesting to me, and so I ended up buying it, and I'm really glad that I bought it. Even though these came out super slowly at first, now they're picking up the pace with their releases, and I greatly appreciate Viz for doing that. So kudos to you, Viz. You're doing great with yourself. I swear it. So next we have Noragami Volumes 1 through 10. This is also a series that I didn't think I was gonna get enough of this year, but I ended up also getting a lot of these for like a really good deal. I only had volumes 1 and 2, maybe just 1 in my last collection video. I have no idea, but definitely. This has definitely become one of my favorites. It was definitely like a series that caught me off guard from how interesting it was. But to me, it honestly didn't get good until around volume 3, and it really slogged along from 1 to 3. It's about this spirit named Yato, and he does deeds in order to increase his shrine, and he wants to become a popular god among all these other deities, I guess. And it's just kind of a weird series to me. But yeah, it's like, if you can get past volume 3, definitely the rest is pretty good so far that I've read. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I also know that it's on hiatus because of the author, poor Adachi Toka. She is she's just having a rough time, but I'm definitely patient with my hiatus series. That's okay. But I'll probably collect all of Noragami this year, or at least up to volume 19. I think that's the next one that's going to be released. And so I'll get all that, but you don't worry. But Noragami is pretty good if you can just get all the way to volume 3. That's all I got to say. Of course, we got the big hitter, One Punch Man, volume 1 to 13. Also missing another volume by them. One Punch Man, of course, if you don't know, is a hugely popular series about a guy who can beat everything in one punch and gets so bored with himself because he can only beat everything in one punch. And it's super funny and it's awesome. Basically, the art done by One is top notch. Just kidding. Yusuke Murata does the art. One does the writing. The webcomic is really funny to look at, definitely, but if it didn't have this art, I definitely wouldn't be reading it, because it's done so well. Like these action scenes, I talked about it last year, but some of these art scenes are just so breathtaking in their action, and I absolutely love it. So, yeah. Do I recommend this series? Heck yeah. Go for it. There's 14 volumes out right now, and it's slowing down, so it gives you just enough time to go and pick it up and everything. And it's super good. The Promised Neverland, volumes 1 through 3. I'm so glad the series finally got a physical release. About this time last year, I started reading The Promised Neverland, and it blew me away in its first 25 chapters. Of course, it's kind of slowed down just a little bit with how good that it is, but I definitely have to say that this is some good stuff right there. Like, the first 3 volumes right now that are out are super good. Up until about the point that they leave Graceland, I think is like the stuff that I definitely would say that is going to intrigue people. And that's all that this is right now. So I'd say probably about volume 5 or 6 is where Graceland kind of stops. It's about these 3 orphan children that they live in this orphanage, and they kind of find a conspiracy going on. And they're trying to find out what exactly is going on, and I absolutely love it, and I can't wait for more to come out for it, because it's awesome. Alright, up next is Siren Volumes 1 and 2. I read this a long time ago, in freshman year, actually, and I read these first 2 volumes, but Siren is a super cool kind of, I'd say kind of mix between like Battle Royale and Bleach, kind of. But Siren, to me, is super good, and I really, really want more. And I know that it's a small series, so I'm really excited to see what all it's capable of. But without a doubt, oh, it's so good so far. And it's only 2 volumes in, so I'm really excited to see exactly what it does. And I can't wait to get more, without a doubt. Now, this right here is my child. This, without a doubt, is my child. Soul Eater, volumes 1 through 25, complete. I did it. I swear I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Last year, I only had up to like 5, maybe even 4. But look at all this. I finally got it all, and I'm super proud of myself. Soul Eater is one of my all-time favorite series. If you don't know what it is, it's basically Harry Potter, but with weapons and with action and demons and stuff. Well, it's kind of the same thing. But anyways, Soul Eater, super good. I can't recommend this series enough. The only downside is that all these volumes are about $13 each. If you can't read that, it says $13. Yeah, all of them are kind of really pricey. Stinking Yen Press has to be super overpriced with their releases. So it kind of stinks. But if you can get past that, you can definitely enjoy the series without a doubt. So, read Soul Eater. Please do. I can't recommend it enough. I love it to death, and I'm in the middle of reading it right now, and I will have a review of it later on, and then it'll be really cool. I also got a few volumes of this series, Tagami Bachi or Letter B, depending on who you are. I am so pumped for this series. Because I know it's ended, and so I can't wait to get the rest. Tagami Bachi is, without a doubt, just a unique series. Not the best series, without a doubt. but it's unique. I will say that. I need to actually reread a lot of this because I don't remember too much of it, so I definitely need to reread through it. But I love these spines. I think that these spines are super cool, and I absolutely love them to death. But this series, you should get into it. Some of you definitely won't like it, and I understand that. But I think that you all should get into it. Truly, I do. And that's basically all I have to say. All right, all you need is kill. I said this in last year's video and the year before that. All you need is kill. Super good. Just a 1-volume series. It's based off of it is the basis of the movie Edge of Tomorrow with the Tom Cruise one. It's super good. Basically like Groundhog Day, but with death. And it's super cool. You should, without a doubt, read it. It's also made by Takeshi Obata. And I kind of have a weird relationship with Takeshi Obata. And I don't really know how to feel about all of his stuff. But this is one series I can, without a doubt, say go and get it. It's only 1 volume, so go for it. Of course, everybody knows the series Dragonball Z, the Bizbigs, Volumes 1, all the way through 9. So I have all of the Dragon Ball Z. I just need to get the Dragon Ball, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it, trust me. But Dragon Ball Z, I'm not going to go in too much depth with it because a lot of you probably know what Dragon Ball Z already is. It's the hit fighting manga that's basically made anime popular in the West. And I'm, without a doubt, grateful for what it's done, but my thoughts on it are a little bit different. Maybe later on you guys will see a review of it, but it's definitely an enjoyable series, and there's so many ways that you can actually pick up the series. But this is the format that I bought it in because I really do like Bizbigs. I really think that they're good. So up next we have all of the Legend of Zelda Master Editions. These are the really cool omnibus versions that came out with the colored pages. And they're all 5 volumes, and they're already cheaper than the normal price manga that you got for, zoom in on that. Ooh, yeah, that's right, $18. You save $2, and total you save $10 on this whole thing. But I really do like these versions better than the singles, just because they look nicer, they are nicer, and the color pages are super good. And I definitely recommend getting these if you're a fan of Legend of Zelda or just want to get into a simple manga. It's great, so you just go for it. Planets, Volumes 1 through 2. This is the whole thing. Super good series. It's made by Makoto Yukimura, which, if you don't know him, he's a guy who wrote a small little series called Vinland Saga. And this is amazing. 10 out of 10. That's all I'm going to say. But you should buy it, and you should read it, and you should love it, because it's great. Now, what the heck is this? I bet some of you have been eyeing this and go, what the heck? This is a small series made by just a man named Osamu Tezuka called Phoenix. Funny story about this is that I actually went into a Books-A-Million when I was on a camping trip, and I found these 3 volumes sitting for a really cheap price, and so I bought them right away. And without a doubt, really good, and they're in really solid condition too. I have to say, whoever had these before me, super good. Like, they did a great job keeping these in good quality. I have not read Phoenix, but I do know it's his platinum opus. So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Just not right now. Next we have Solanin, which is the only Inio Asano work that I have. I'm gonna read this just to see if I can get into it, like Inio Asano. But I have no idea what this is even about. I just know that this is a 1-volume series, and Inio Asano is pretty good, and I knew that I could chop into it really easily because it's only 1 volume. So I can't really recommend anything right now, but if you guys have any recommendation for this, you tell me. Tell me right now. Alright, Volumes 1 through 14 of Tokyo Ghoul. I finally got all of it. I finally got all of Tokyo Ghoul, and I finally read all of it. I even did a review of it. You can go watch that if you want to. But Tokyo Ghoul is a series that I wouldn't say is the best. I would definitely say that it's good for what it is, But that's a cheap shot way to get me to buy the rest of the series. Tokyo Ghoul Re is definitely, without a doubt, just stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I'm not spending any more of my money on this series unless it's just Tokyo Ghoul. Why is there a separate series if it's just the same thing? It's just a continuation. Just keep on calling it Tokyo Ghoul. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not getting any more of this series. This is good from where it left off. It left on a cliffhanger, yes, but I'm not getting any more Tokyo Ghoul Re just because it makes me so mad. And so I'm not getting any more of it because this is all Tokyo Ghoul and this is all I want. Enough said. Finally, the best, the greatest, Vinland Saga. Now, if you don't know what Vinland Saga is written by and drawn by Makoto Yukimura, the same guy who did Planets over there. It's a nice Viking series that is definitely in my top 10. Probably my top 3. I think my top 2. Maybe 1. Who knows? But this entire series is just amazing. You get the greatness out of that, and out of that, oh boy, you're in for a treat for these 3 volumes. And there's still more. I haven't even gotten the rest. So even I am in store for more stuff. But definitely recommend this series. It's great. Now this shelf right here kind of saddens me. Right before this, actually, I ended up putting these all on the shelf because I have another bookshelf that's on the way, which these were going to go on, but I ended up just putting them on here just because I was impatient and ended up just wanting to film this video. So, this is what I call the disappointment shelf, to say the least. It's not really full of disappointing series. It's just the fact that a lot of these series I, for one, haven't read. 2, I'm not really interested in them. Or 3, I just haven't had time to get any more. So they're just sitting there at the low priority. So yeah, let me just get into it. All right, so we have Assassination Classroom Volumes 1 through 15. This is all finished. This series is all done, but it's gonna be a while before I actually buy the rest of the series. I may not even keep this series, but because it really slogs along. There's some interesting parts like interspersed between all the volumes, but it can't keep my interest for too long. We'll have to see. Who knows? Apparently this is where it gets super duper good, but that's 15 volumes. That's 15 whole volumes. I've read probably about that much, like up to 7. But who knows? Next we have Berserk. Berserk is a series that is definitely a popular one. I have no idea what it's even about. I just know it's super popular, and I got all 6 of these volumes for a super cheap price, and so I bought them. So, yeah. I don't really know what else to say other than that. I ended up buying these at a time where I sold Fairy Tail, and I sold the singles of Legend of Zelda, and I sold a lot of other series, and I ended up buying these in return. So I hope that that was a good trade. I know Fairy Tail is really bad, but I hope that this is better than it. I hope it is, being said that it's one of the greatest manga of all time by some people. So yeah, I don't know, I'm a little weary about it. Death Note, volumes 1 through 12. This is the whole series. I got it with the box set. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why it's here. I can't even tell you myself. I really had high hopes going into Death Note, but I thought it was going to be a completely different series than what I was actually reading. So maybe it's just the fact that I'm just disappointed that it wasn't what I wanted, but it's also a weird series. And I don't know, maybe it's just not my cup of tea. I definitely probably won't give this away, so don't bother asking if any of you want it. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this series, so it's sitting here. It's just sitting here for right now. Nothing's gonna happen to it. It's definitely safe. It's just the fact that I just don't know what's gonna happen. But that's about it. Kingdom Hearts Volumes 1 and 2. Haven't even read these yet. I've had these for like over a year. I had them in the last video. I haven't read them yet. Basically, there's the retelling of the Kingdom Hearts series. I don't really know why I'm even buying these. because I know what even happens in the games, and why would I want to buy the manga if I haven't read the games? And the same thing could be said about the Zelda manga, but in the fact that this has a lot less story than the Zeldas. I just have to say that. I know what these have in them, and so I don't really know how to feel. But who knows? Maybe something will happen to them that's good one day. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Volumes 1 through 3. This is all that is out right now. The final volume's coming in September, and then I'll actually take a look at it. But I do like the Zelda manga, and especially since I know that there's going to be a 4-volume series about this huge game, I greatly appreciate that Akira Himikawa is taking their time with it. So I think it's going to just be like a fresh-baked piece of bread, in the sense that it's going to be good. It just has to take a while before it gets good. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Because I haven't read any of this yet. It's not a really top priority right now. So who knows? This series, Nightmare Inspector. I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what it is. It's just a really small series that I know of that I thought it would be funny to buy. But now I have 6 volumes of it, and there's 3 volumes left, and I realized that I'm probably going to buy the rest, and I'm probably going to review it. So now I'm just a tad bit upset. So yeah, I don't really know what to do. Maybe something good will come out of it. Hopefully so. Orange, Volumes 1 and 2, the complete collection. This is all that is out of Orange. It's only a really small series. I did a review of this back also a few months ago, and as some of you know, this series didn't really treat my fancy. It wasn't the worst. I definitely am going to keep this series. It's just the fact that I don't really know how to feel. I don't really know how to feel about it. And so I'm just kind of keeping it here for right now. And that's all I gotta say. Rave Master, Volume 1. Why do I have this? I found the first volume for like really cheap at a store, and I thought it'd be funny to buy it. So I did. That fell. Oh, geez. So I did buy it. Hold on. All right, I fixed it. But yeah, I bought this just because I thought it'd be funny. But now I haven't. I really don't know what to do with it. I think it's just there just because of the reminder that Hiro Mashima at a time was one of my favorites, and now he's not because Fairy Tail, and that sucks. But I'm never gonna read this. I never will. I can assure you that I never will. Shaman King Volumes 1 through 5, also haven't read this series either, so it's sitting here just because I haven't even touched it. I can't say anything about it, I just know that I own it. That's basically all I have to say. Alright, so that was my entire collection. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I actually ended up getting rid of all of my One Piece and Naruto because they are both lame and awful series, and I think that they will never amount to anything because they are awful shonen series. Oh my goodness, what is this going on here? Whoa, boy, whoa. Can't tell. This is all of my One Piece. That's volumes 1 to 30, 31 all the way to 60, and then 61 all the way to 86, which is all that is out right now, along with my Naruto volumes 1 to 24 and 25 to 48, which is all the Naruto that I own, which is the first 2 box sets. This is the first 3 box sets of One Piece. So yeah, this is all of my huge shonen series. I didn't have room for them on the shelves that I have right now, so they'll get their time. For right now, they're just sitting here. But I really do like this. It's a great way for me to just go and grab them off, and it actually really does work, believe it or not. But yeah, this is just to memorialize my 2 shonen series. I honestly haven't read this part on of Naruto yet, so I'm kind of excited. I say kind of, but don't quote me on saying that it's good. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying, all right? So that is actually my whole collection. That's all of it. I hope you guys have had a wonderful time watching this video. Here's a view of the people outside, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Have a good one.